Hello. Hi. Is Tina there? Where's Tina? Okay. Thank you all for coming today and watching us, listening to us for our holiday broadcast. We are going to be talking about everything about home and the holidays. Home for the holidays. That's what I'm calling this episode of Real Estate and Money. I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Violeta Strash with John L. Scott, and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Affinity Mortgage will be here shortly, I'm sure. Let me get started and talk about our rates and the market activity this past week. All right, so for King County, we are looking at active listings of 144 homes at an average price of $1,089,000. Last year at this time, we were looking at $1,052,000. That is a 3.5% increase year to year. For King County, we're also looking at 26 days on the market last year. Now, it has shrunk to 18 days on the market. That's a 12-day difference. We're talking about activity still being hot and heavy out there. Prices are still high. Multiple offers are still happening, but it's definitely kind of slowing down. The holidays is taking a forefront in everybody's mind. So stay tuned because it's going to start getting really active again in the new year. People are gearing up for that. If you are planning on building or doing a remodel at your home, we're looking at a dollar per square foot of what is it now? It's $472 a square foot. Last year was $402. That is a $70 difference year to year. And supplies, that supply chain issue is still ongoing. It's a mystery to me, and we're waiting to see what's happening. All the contractors are busy, appraisers and inspectors are busy. Everybody's backed up, and getting work done has been a problem when it comes to getting contractors or subs and materials in hand. All right, in Pierce County, we have 117 homes that have gone active and sold 358. I don't know if I told you what the sold number was for King County. It was 425 and only 144 going into the market to get sold this past month. And going back to Pierce County, sorry, let me say that again. 117 homes are active, 358 homes are sold, and an average price of $571,000 last year. We were looking at $554,000. That's a 3% increase. Days on the market, 28 last year, 17 this year. That's 11 days less than last year. And then in dollar per square foot, 232 last year. This year it was $280 right now, an increase of $48 a square foot. Snohomish County, active homes that listed this past week, 95 homes, and sold 228. All that unsold inventory is flying out the door in every county. The average price for Snohomish County's sales were $771,000 versus $728,000 last year. That's 6.5% increase year to year. Days on the market, 25 last year, shrunk down to 14 this year. That's just about it's over a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, folks. And dollars per square foot last year was $282. This year, $348 a square foot. That's $66 higher than it was last year. So again, whether you're buying, selling, you need help with any of these figures that I've just quoted to you, please give me a call. And I think somewhere you'll see my phone number coming up. And at John L. Scott, we are ready to help you find your dream home. Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
sorry, I could not find the right email. I'm sorry, I was going all over the place.
Oh, that happens to all of us, right?
Yeah.
So how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for Christmas. Well, I'm not exactly ready for Christmas, but as ready as I can.
Never ready for Christmas. Are you kidding me? Get this 4 days. It's 4 days.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to eat. That's for sure. So, so V, did we discuss what we were going to talk about today?
I said it's home for the holidays.
That's it.
So we've got a lot of stuff to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll. What do you want to start with? We got a number of things we can do.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about, during Christmas time, there's a lot of Filipino traditions. And a lot of those traditions stem around what we eat for food, who comes over and visits us during the Christmas season, and what we actually do on Christmas Day. And then the weeks prior to Christmas, and then the weeks after Christmas. What do we do? So I think, first of all, let's talk about food, because that's my favorite subject. That's my favorite subject.
Yes.
So, some of the things that I want to share with you that we eat around the Philippine kitchen table for Christmas may be different per household. I know that with us, there is a mixture of American food and then a mixture of our Philippine tradition. So usually in my house, of course, there was always rice. There's the fried rice there. We've got the pancit, and there's 2 or 3 different varieties. We usually have a ham, or we have lechon. And lechon actually is the roasted pig, which is my favorite, hands down.
The whole pig, right there.
Oh, that's it right there, the lechon, with a special bread sauce that goes with it. Okay, so that's a Filipino dish. That's one of our finest cuisines. And then
Daniel, go back to the other one.
You have to that. There's a lot of different desserts that Filipinos have. There's leche flan, there's cassava, there's sweet rice, and there's a whole bunch of different mango, tea leaf, rice dishes, a whole bunch of different desserts for Christmas. So basically, with the Filipino family, whatever traditional Filipino dish that you have available, you bring, and then we spice it in with some other Christmas foods. Now, how about you, Violeta?
Well, I see a lot of stuff there. Did you say lumpia and pancit? Those are staples, and adobo too, chicken or pork adobo. We had this like a meatloaf kind of thing called embutido. I don't know if you had that.
Yes.
I love that. I don't make it, but I wish my mom was around to make it. But when, for us, my mom would just have this spread like this. And usually it's Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. And she would have a turkey, a ham, a roast, a lechon, like you see there, not a full pig, but, cut up pieces of pig. And then she would have all the desserts. And the dipping sauce for that lechon is so good. You don't want to know what's in that, but I would always ask her, why is there so much food? Who's going to eat all this? And she'll say, oh, just us. And, whoever comes after church, because we'd spend all day cooking, and it'd be sitting there. We'd have soup and all that stuff ready to heat up when we got back. And we would go to midnight mass. Mm-hmm. And then we would get home, and since we're so close to the church, people would come by, and they would just, part of the traditional thing is people caroling at home. So they would go from home to home, do some Christmas carols. And of course, you're going to get invited in because they know my mom has food, and she is a great cook. And so, she fed people food. And then we started telling people, bring your own Tupperware because we're out of containers. Filipino containers, margarine containers, Cool Whip containers, right, Tina?
Yes.
Little containers from the store that you can put your hand on. That's
spaghetti
what
bottles here. Yeah, spaghetti sauce bottles.
Yes. Yeah, but people would come and eat. So there was always more than enough food. In any Filipino family, the mom of the family would say, come in, eat, right?
Yes.
Eat.
Yes.
That's the one word everybody knows. Eat.
Right.
And there'd be a huge feast for not just your family, but everyone else that comes by, and enough for the next day too. So that's what we did.
Yeah. So we would always have the, what is it called? A puto?
Yeah.
We'd have the steamed buns
Yes.
and yes, of course, it was always a ham. It was always a turkey. My mother always had the turkey on the table just in case. But yeah, plenty of Tupperware, cookies. And mother would make a lot of cookies. We'd make like 4 or 5 different varieties of cookies. And we would hand that out to people as they came in. Or my mother always she would go and secretly buy boxes and boxes of candy, like See's candy.
Yeah.
And she would wrap them and put them underneath their Christmas tree. So when people would come visit, she would grab a package and give it to them. And it would be a pre-wrapped thing of See's candy.
Yeah.
So this was always a tradition. My mother said you always had to have gifts for when people came over. Or we always have to have brandy in case the priests come over.
Oh, yeah, I know. And my husband never understands that tradition of always have extra gifts ready for whoever drops by, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just extra gifts. Just always, always. And then they always think it's so special when it comes by.
Yeah.
When they come by. So,
Daniel Bellis, come on down. We'll get you a gift.
Yeah.
And food.
It'll involve food. It'll be a gift. So now, usually, who comes over to your house? Who do you remember coming over to your house for Christmas?
Well, there's always neighbors. Mm-hmm. My cousins. We have real cousins that live in Lakewood, whereas everybody. We grew up in a culture where everybody older than us, you call aunt and uncle or Lola and Lola, and usually they're not even related. Mm-mm. But we did have a set of cousins that live near us. They come. Huh?
Yes. Yeah, they were actually DNA related. Yeah.
Yes. And then people from the church or friends from school and their families would come by. Like I said, we were so close to church, just about everybody that knew of our tradition would come by.
Right. And now for Christmas gifts, I know my parents, and I try to do the same thing, when I had kids, my parents would always give me gifts that inspired me or made me be something, that they wanted, like, they'd buy me instruments, or they'd buy me a calculator. Thus, here I am.
Oh, nice.
Or they bought me, one year my mother bought me, she bought us all a set of pans, like cooking pans, like really nice cooking chef pans. Yes. And I was like, okay. And then one year she actually bought all of us grown adult kids karaoke machines. All of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? After the break, there's more holiday traditions in the Filipino home that we will be talking about. Let's go.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Great.
I wanted to talk a little bit about traditions. Tina, is that okay?
Yes.
This is the Filipino tradition. You see behind me are the paroles that we've talked about, because Christmas is a celebration of lights too. And then the Philippines, I think they had the Festival of Lights, where they had parades with candles and lights and all kinds of stuff, right? From what I've heard. I haven't been to one of those. I don't know if you've heard about them, Tina, but originally these paroles were designed to guide the mass goers to Simbang Gabi, which is like 7 nights or 9 nights of church services in the Filipino community. And you go from church to church. And in the Philippines, they would parade and light the way to the church with these paroles. So that was such a beautiful tradition. I have just grown to love these paroles. I wish I had one at home, but I don't.
Yeah. Yes.
And Simbang Gabi is like when I had gone to church up in Sammamish, when I still lived there, we would have a celebration where all of the congregation, even especially the Filipinos, but everybody was included in the invitation to come after the 5 o'clock mass, where we had Simbang Gabi, which is music and scripture in Tagalog, as well as translations in English. And it was such a beautiful event. People wore their traditional outfits, the butterfly sleeves, right, for the women. And
yes.
we would invite them into the social hall. I was one of the people in the Arroz Caldo team. That's a chicken and rice stew that we would have. I love that soup. But we would invite everybody in after mass, and there'd be a big spread like you saw, even bigger. And one year we had a small lechon there, and I'm looking at the people coming in, and I'm thinking, God, there's like 300 people and a tiny little pig. Well, that tiny little pig, like Jesus, fed the masses, that tiny little pig fed everybody that came to Simbang Gabi. I couldn't believe how that happened.
Yeah.
There was enough lechon there for all, but there was singing and dancing, the tinikling, the candle dance, the traditional Filipino dances.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And Tina danced those dances too. And that was such a special event. And at one time, Joey J. God, our interior designer buddy, his mom would be at all those dances. She would perform and she would lead the troops to music and dance.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. She did the Benasuan.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the one with the candle on top of your head like this. And she danced that dance. Yeah. The Benasuan.
Yeah. I know. I had no training in that. You have, Miss Beauty Pageant Queen. I had no training.
I had no choice. I had to be in the dance group or not eat or be beaten or something. So I had to do it. I had no choice.
Oh gosh.
But so also we want to talk about what are some of the traditions when you do stay home, and we were talking about some of the movies that we watch on TV at Christmas Day. And I was going to give a list really quick. I'm not sure if Daniel had it or not, but these are the top favorite Christmas movies, the top 10 favorite Christmas movies as a suggestion for you. And they include, there's Home Alone, there's Elf, there's A Wonderful Life, Love Actually, Miracle on 34th Street, there's The Snowman, The Muppet Christmas Carol, White Christmas, and The Santa Claus. Okay, so those are the top 10 of all-time Christmas movies that you may have enjoy watching. But we thought that with a Philippine twist, we would kind of tell you some movie stars that are actually Filipino that you did not know that maybe you can relook.
Sorry, I had to pipe in because there's two other movies or sets of movies. The Charlie Brown Christmas. Those little animated things. That was one of my favorite because of the music. That they had. And then the other one, I rapped all night long. I'm not a good Christmas rapper, one. And two, it took me a long time. So there is a 24-hour of A Christmas Story that I would watch. It would be on TV. And that's one where the kid, Ralphie, it's like, don't shoot your eye out with that.
Yeah, that's A Christmas Story, yes.
So those are
one.
Two of my other favorites.
Okay. Well, okay. Daniel, I'm sorry, Daniel, you pulled up the link. I'm sorry, she went there. It was the link about the 5 Filipino movies on Netflix that you can watch.
There you go.
So there you go. So the first one here is, which one is that? That is The Fabulous Filipino Brothers.
Oh.
Okay, we all have those. That's one of the things you can see on Netflix. And then we have another one here, Yellow Rose. And I saw Yellow Rose. Be Prepared to Cry. That's the next one on there, Daniel. And I actually did meet the producer and director of that movie, Yellow Rose. Here we go. She's going to go down and one more. Right there, Yellow Rose. Get prepared to cry. That's a tearjerker. She sings like crazy. So anyways, that's a good one. And number 3, you got Jokoy in His Elements. If you scroll down, Daniel, this is another movie. Jokoy, if you guys do not know who Jokoy is, you need to get on the bandwagon. This guy is a nut. He's hysterical. So you'll be in stitches. There's another one here I haven't watched, but I want to check out. It is Goyo. It's the boy general. So this actually is a story on Netflix. I might catch it tonight. And it talks about the history of the Philippines. It's a historical story. So that may be a good one to watch on Netflix. And then thank you for showing that, Daniel. Now we're going to show now another link I may have sent you. And these are people of Philippine descent that are in the movies. And this is the first one is Jacob Batalan. I don't know if you have that, Daniel. But this young man here, which one is it? Famous Philippine actor. Is that one there, Daniel? I think that's the one. You want to pull up that link that I sent. But there was a young man named Jacob Batalan. He is actually on Spider-Man. I just saw him the other day. Oh. He is the best friend of Spider-Man in the movie. And actually, his Lola is in this movie. And there's a scene with him and Spider-Man and his Lola she's speaking in Tagalog for like a good 2 or 3 minutes. And she's like yelling at Spider-Man in Tagalog. You guys got to see that movie. So him. And then number 2, Dave Batista. And he, of course, is from Guardians of the Galaxy. Scroll down just a little bit, Daniel, the other way. And this, go the other way, keep going. And this guy here, right here, Daniel, that's the monster. That's one of the big guys in Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's also a Filipino descent. If you keep going down, Reggie Lee, he actually is a Filipino descent, and he was in a lot of movies I have seen before. Number 4, Dante Bosco, when he was in Cinderella opposite Brandy. Keep going, Daniel. Dante. And these are just a couple of them. Now, if we show there's another link that I showed here, famous actors of Philippine descent I wanted to show you. And these actors are people who are part Filipino that you did not know. And some of them, the first one that we have on here is Shay Michelle. And she is actually from Pretty Little Liars. There she is, Pretty Little Liars. And if you keep scrolling down, my gal Nicole is also a Filipino descent. So that girl's just one sexy mama. Keep going. They all are. Keep going, Daniel. That's Nicole and Pussycat Dolls. Hello. Keep going. And it even stays hot. You've got Enrique Iglesias also. I'm on his mother's side. And keep going. Vanessa Hudgens. Keep going one more. Vanessa Hudgens of High School Musical. And she's got some movies out on Netflix right now. This is one of my favorite women right here. She sings. She does it all. She's beautiful. She's smart. Yeah. And I don't know if they have this on here. Keep going, of course, Bruno Mars. Keep on going. Bruno Mars is of Philippine descent. And there's some others. We won't go through the whole thing. But another famous actress of mine that I love is Phoebe Cates. And actually, one of her Christmas movies is Gremlins. So you can go ahead and take that down, Daniel, because she's not on there. But Phoebe Cates, mother is of Chinese Philippine descent. So if you want to look for a good Philippine movie to watch at Christmas with your Philippine family, those are some suggestions.
Here's some other celebrities that I know. Jessica Alba is part Filipino. Let me see who was. Manny Pacquiao, of course, celebrity boxer. Tim Lincecum, a local kid who went on to the San Francisco Giants to pitch, and he's from Liberty High School. Edison Russell from Chicago Cubs, and then Nick Santos from Superstore, that comedy series Superstore, but he was also in that Crazy Rich
Asians. I believe that the famous aunt in there, the rich famous aunt in there, is also of Philippine descent. In that movie. And then Lou Diamond Phillips also. I guess his aunties or his grandma lives in Tacoma. Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
La Bamba,
Our skater. Our skaters from Federal Way.
Oh, no?
Yes. And what's it? What is his name?
I forgot.
I know. Apollo Ono.
Apollo Ono. Yeah.
Well, Anton Ono, so shoot. Okay.
Yes, so there's a lot of Philippine actors and actresses. And if you want to catch their film during Christmas, that's the day we all eat and watch TV. If you want to watch that instead of football, there you go.
Do you sing? Do you guys sing karaoke?
Who? Us? Oh, gosh. It is full on. Once we get enough drinks and whatever, and the movies are over, it's all night long. It's Beyonce. It's Engelbert Humperdinck. It's ABBA. Houston. It's Heat Wave, Switch. I mean, it just goes on.
See, I want to go to your holiday parties because there's a lot of singing and dancing going on.
Yeah. So if you have nothing to do on Christmas, you link yourself up with a Philippine family, and it will be on. It'll be legendary.
Yes, absolutely. It's all about family and celebrations.
Yes. So, and if you have anybody that's in shut-in or something like that, if you have any aunties or uncles or lulas that are shut-in, make sure if you can, maybe you can visit them if you can. I don't know with COVID restrictions, but if you can, at least call them up or visit them. And my mother stayed with a lady named Shoni, and so did my father before they passed away. And she had karaoke all day long in her assisted living. And at Christmas time, we came in there, and she loved people to visit. So if you have anybody that's in shut-in or in assisted living situation, make sure you reach out to them and say hi during this Christmas season.
Years ago, Tina and I and a group of other radio folks went around to retirement communities, assisted living places, and sang Christmas carols. That was so much fun and very memorable. Right, Tina?
Well, yes, because everybody in radio was somebody who wasn't a musician that probably should have been. Ed Ramirez was singing. Who was singing? Dave, Drew was singing. Everybody was singing.
Yes.
I was playing the piano, and they were just singing all different keys, all different time zones or whatever. But
it was great. It was so much fun. Okay, you want to wrap it up since I started, or?
Well, I just want to enjoy you. Have a beautiful, blessed Christmas and a happy New Year. And we thank you for watching us. We thank you for being comrades of ours and watching us and being a special guest each and every week. And we invite you to come back. And we are blessed, and we have been blessed with you. And we wish you very many blessings and abundance in this coming year.
Thank you, Daniel, for all the hard work you've done to keep our show going all year long. You've been fabulous. I appreciate you very much. And I want to just welcome a new show right after us. It's When You Meet a Leader, hosted by Vashda Sharma. So stay tuned and listen to that show after us. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta, Strash, and Tina Lombard. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune into our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.
Bye.